Now this is part 2 of your October non-alcoholic cocktails. As I mentioned in the previous video, you know, in the UK, there are 2 specific times where we do promote non-alcoholic cocktails quite a lot. Coming up in October, we have Go Sober for October, which is part of Macmillan. And then obviously we have Dry January as well, to get rid of all the sort of Christmas hangovers. But non-alcoholic cocktails are for all year round. So I mentioned in that previous video, even in my business, when I was doing hen party cocktail masterclasses, I keep saying that, you know, you have pregnant hens, you have the mums, you have the nans, the great aunties that just don't want to drink. In everyday life, you have people that don't drink and you don't want them to miss out on all the fun. So in the previous video, which I'll link to in the description below, I did some non-alcoholic mojitos, absolutely stunning. In this one, I'm going to be doing some non-alcoholic kind of punches, if you like. But the caveat is what I said in that previous video, these are ingredients that I have had left over from my previous £25 haul videos, or, you know, these are not going to break the bank. A lot of these ingredients you will have lying around at home anyway. So these are the ingredients that I'm going to use. As I said, very similar to the previous video. There's a couple of different ones coming out to play there. I've got my 3 sugar syrups that I've made up previously. I've got honey syrup, which is 2 parts honey to 1 part hot water, just to make it more runny. I've got almond syrup and I've got normal sugar syrup. Just the sugar syrup is 2 parts sugar, caster granulated, 1 part hot water boiled down, or just kind of stirred down. And then the almond one is just simply a couple of little capfuls of almond extract. If I've still got it to hand, oh, it's back over there now. I've got the raspberry jam, which I'll use again. I've got the Tropical Blast, Aldi's fake Lilt. Absolutely love that. It's a cracking ingredient. I've got lemons, limes, and oranges. The Pear Elderflower Cordial I used in the last video. These 3 I'm swapping out this time. I've got the bottle green Bramble Cordial, which, as I said, is slightly stronger than that. So you go 1 to 6 with this, you go 1 to 10 with that. So you don't need as much, or you add more citrus to kind of balance out. I've got some ginger ale, and I've got my Rubicon mango soda. But you know, I did have that as well. That was something that I bought from Tesco's. So there's other alternatives here. I've got plenty of Sprite left over, or fake Sprite from Tesco's. So you can kind of have a little play about. Now, all of these cocktails coming up will be ideally suited to punch bowls, to jugs, to whatever kind of vessel that you want to use. I'm going to make these singular, but I'm going to use some fun different glasses just purely for inspiration. If you do want to kind of make them bigger, then you just kind of have to work out the size of your punch bowl, your jug, whatever you've got. I say it's a starting point. I'd probably times the recipe by 4, but you know, if you've got a bigger one, times it by 8, 6, whatever you've got, whatever you feel that'll work. Bear in mind, you kind of have to leave room for ice and things like that, but these will work for parties if you just want to cater for the masses. And the beauty of these, you don't need to shake them down either. So the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to make it in a wine glass, and this is kind of like a lemon and ginger and bramble kind of punch. So the first ingredient I'm going to do, I've got a lemon I've just chopped in half. I'm going to do half a lemon and squeeze that in. And then just for the garnish, I've done exactly what I did with the mojitos. I've just taken that half a lemon and just sort of cubed it down. So we'll add that in, because all punch bowls do have a bit of fruit in them, don't they? So I'm just going to pop that in, because then that'll beautifully balance out the other 2 ingredients I've got here. I've got 2 lots of sweetness going on. So the first one is honey syrup, and I'm just going to do 10 ml of honey. And then this is the bottle green Bramble blackberry liqueur, blackberry cordial. It's lovely, super vibrant. And because it's super vibrant, I can actually bring this down to 15 ml, because I've also got honey in there as well, and lime. So I'm going 15 ml of this. And then I'm just going to take my ginger ale. Again, like mojitos, no need to measure, probably just about half full. Give that a good stir to combine, especially the honey that's probably at the bottom, but give it a good stir. And then just top up with some ice. Now, I really love that. The bramble is perfect in the back there for me. Very kind of balanced with the citrus. You can add more. I think that might make it a bit too sweet, but you can add more lemon if you want. That is just a really good kind of autumnal kind of non-alcoholic. Absolutely love that. Garnish, fresh berries, whatever you've got at home, even more lemon, mint sprig, that'll work a treat. Now the second cocktail I'm going to do for you, I'm bringing out my favourite kind of little mini punch bowl. I love this thing. I'm just going to do a very simple tropical non-alcoholic punch. Going to be using an orange, some lemon, some almond syrup, and then just the Lilt, the Aldi's Tropical Blast. So first ingredient, I'm going to use the juice of 1 whole lemon. So 2 halves essentially. Pop that in, squeeze that down. And the second half we'll pop in. Then I'm going to do exactly the same with an orange. These are kind of small, they're like budget oranges you get from supermarket. I think it's like 80p for 5. But so a whole orange I'm going to squeeze in. And then there's the second one, we'll go. And then for a bit of texture, a bit of colour in the actual finished drink and garnish, I've just got the half a lemon, half an orange. Again, just kind of cubed it, cut it into 4 essentially quarters and just pop them in. And then I've got my homemade almond syrup, as I say again, just very, very quickly, just make a sugar syrup up, 2 parts sugar, 1 part water, granulated or custard, doesn't really matter. And then I'll add some almond extract and just use the little capful, well, two little capfuls in a bottle that size. So I'm going for 15 ml, 1/5 of almond syrup. And then just to top up, again, I've got the Lilt, the Aldi's Tropical Blast. So just pick about half full of your glass and just fill it up. Take a spoon, give it a stir to combine all the ingredients. And then just fill your punch bowl, your glass, whatever you're using, just top it up with ice. And that is absolutely lovely. The Lilt just works with anything, the Tropical Blast. I'm just going to call it Lilt. Fake Lilt, you know, the lemons come through. Really, really love the almond notes in there. It's actually, you could maybe add a little bit more syrup if you really wanted to on those recipes, because you do get kind of a healthy citrus burst coming through there. But then garnish wise, you know, berries, whatever you think. I think this needs maybe a little touch of green on there, to be honest, just the colour contrast, but that is delicious. So then for the third punch, I'm going to do kind of like a pear, elderflower, raspberry, mango punch. It's just kind of tutti frutti. There we go, tutti frutti punch. So I'm going to use a lime. I'm going to use the Rubicon mango soda, because why not? Where is it? Down there. I've got the pear and elderflower cordial. And then the raspberry notes are coming off the jam. So we'll start right there. First and foremost, you want a good dollop of jam. Whatever size your dollop is, that'll do. And just pop that in the glass. And now to cut through this, I'm going to go for the juice of a whole lime in this. So first half goes in and we'll squeeze that in. And this is why I don't use gin balloons that often. We had a toppler, it nearly went. So it looks a bit messy, that's why. But anyway, so we didn't lose anything. So second half of lime, squeeze that in. And then for texture, the usual trick, just that half a lime, just cube down, quarter down, and just pop that in. Now I've got the pear and elderflower cordial coming out again. As I said previously, I don't think this is that punchy compared to the bottle green stuff, so I think you can easily get away with 25 ml in these drinks. So a shot, basically. Now I'm going to stir this down before I put the mango soda in, so just want the lime juice to break down that jam essentially. And then to top up, everyone needs a bit of Rubicon in their lives. We love it. Mango, the passion fruit, whatever flavour you got. We've got the mango, I love it. Absolutely love it. So again, as I've said previously, you know, no need to measure. Just pick the halfway point of your glass and just kind of top up. Just give that another quick stir to combine the ingredients. And then just simply top up, fill up with some ice. Now when you make it, do a better job of or take a bit longer to kind of dissolve the raspberry jam into the cocktail, or mix it into the cocktail, whatever the word is. But that, I love raspberry and mango is a match made in heaven. You've got the citrus there. I think just for extra garnish, I've just got, again, half an orange that I've got left over from one of those cocktails. Just cube it down, pop them in. Extra bit of garnish. We love that. These are really going to impress anyone, I promise you. They're just simple, fun, and easy non-alcoholic punches. So let us know in the comments which one is your favourite, which one would you make at a party, what other kind of non-alcoholic punch recipes have you got in your lockers? Let us know in the comments below, and if you want even more cocktail inspiration, dive into that video right there.